Hello, nice to meet you. My name is JJ. Can you please tell me your full name? What can I call you? Alright, so in this first part, I'm going to ask you some general questions about yourself. Let's first of all talk about where you live. Do you live in an apartment or house? What do you dislike about living there? What sort of accommodation would you most like to live in? Alright, so now let's talk about art. Well, do you like visiting art galleries or museums? Which do you prefer, art galleries or museums? When was the last time you went to an art gallery or museum? All right, so now let's talk about weather. What's the weather like where you live? Do you prefer cold or hot weather? Would you like to visit other cities that have different climates from where you live? All right, so let's move on to the second part of the test. So here I'm going to give you a topic and I would like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. But before you talk, you will have 1 minute to prepare and think about what you're going to say. And you can make notes if you wish. Okay, so the cue card question is describe a time when you received money as a gift. Can you start speaking now, please? All right, so now I'm going to ask you more general questions related to your topic. And the first question is, why do people rarely use cash now? Okay, And when do children begin to comprehend the value of money? Okay, and should parents reward children with money? All right, so that's it. Hope you guys had no problem answering all these questions. So now I will show you my band score 8 answers to all these questions. Do you live in an apartment or a house? I live in a 3-bedroom apartment with my family. Well, the house is not that big, but it's the perfect size for the three of us to live comfortably in. Yeah, it's very cozy and comfy. What do you dislike about living there? Well, I'm quite satisfied with where I live, but just one thing that I'm not really happy about is that it has a small kitchen. Not that it is that much small, but it has limited counter space, which is quite inconvenient when I'm cooking. What sort of accommodation would you most like to live in? Well, I would love to live in a house with a huge pool and a beautiful garden with a patio swing. Well, I love to grow lots of vegetables in my garden, such as tomatoes and lettuce, something like that. Do you like visiting art galleries or museums? Um, well, I'm more of an art gallery person because I love going to the art gallery and, appreciating artwork. So there are a lot of art types that I'm interested in, but I like modern art the most. And there is one of my favorite modern art galleries near my place. It is walking distance, which is great. Which do you prefer, art galleries or museums? As I said, I prefer art galleries over museums since I'm quite keen on modern art. Well, unfortunately, these days I just visit galleries occasionally. I used to go there quite often, like more than twice a week, but nowadays I'm very busy, like 24/7. So it's almost impossible for me to find a time to visit art galleries that often, which is a shame. When was the last time you went to an art gallery or museum? The very last time that I went to the art gallery was several weeks ago. I went to one of the modern art galleries with my friend June. Well, he likes modern art as much as I do. So we often go to exhibition together. Yeah, it's great that I have someone to enjoy art galleries with. What's the weather like where you live? In Korea, we have 4 seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Currently, spring is just around the corner, so it's quite warm during the day, but it gets quite chilly at night. Do you prefer cold or hot weather? I'm more of a summer person, so I prefer hot weather. It's just because I love going to the beach on my vacation. So when I'm laying in the sun and reading a book on the beach, I don't get to think about all my worries, and it really helps me to relieve my stress. So it feels like I'm in some kind of heaven. I love it. Would you like to visit other cities that have different climates from where you live? Of course, I would love to visit places with different climates. I like somewhere hot and has a picturesque beach with emerald water and golden sand. And it'll be the best if there are great surfing spots so that I can ride some waves. Describe a time when you received money as a gift. Okay, let me tell you about the time I got money from my parents as a birthday gift. Well, this takes place when I turned 25. My parents gave me money for my birthday because I asked for it. Well, at the time, I was really into old acoustic guitar songs and I was dying to learn how to play guitar. So I was kind of saving some money for it. Then my parents asked me what I wanted for my birthday. Well, my dream guitar costed a fortune, so I just asked them to chip in. And thanks to my parents, I could finally get my guitar. It was just gorgeous, with a dark brown body and a shiny gold headstock. So, it was both unique and beautiful. Plus, most importantly, it sounds awesome. I loved it. Well, and since then, I've practiced playing guitar on a regular basis. It's definitely one of my favorite things to do when I have some spare time. And my favorite songs to play are all by the Beatles. I'm a huge fan of theirs. Yesterday, Hey Jude, and so on. They're my all time favorite songs. Playing their music makes me feel so relaxed and happy. So, this guitar is more than just a thing I own. It means a lot to me. Anyway, so that's the story when I got money as a gift. Why do people rarely use cash now? There are several reasons why people rarely use cash nowadays. I'm pretty sure the main reason is that people prefer to use credit cards, which is much more convenient and secure than using cash. For example, when you use credit cards, you don't have to carry all the change in your pocket. And if the card is stolen, you can simply cancel it. When do children begin to comprehend the value of money? Okay, that's a tricky question to answer. Let me think. All right, to be honest, I don't know exactly when children begin to understand the value of money, but I'm guessing that by age 5 or 6, they start to comprehend the value of money. This is because my nephew is 5 and he recently began to understand the use of money. Last time I gave him some money as an allowance, and he was so happy that he could buy his favorite toys. Should parents reward children with money? I don't think so. Well, it is obviously depending on the parents, but I think they do not have to reward children with money all the time. They can reward their kids with something they want. Um, it really depends on the situation, though. For example, if a child behaved well and won some new bike, then the parents can reward him or her with a brand new bicycle instead of money.